Hi everybody, this is Dray. I am the GATSA Art Show Coordinator this year. First, I'd like to thank everyone for their support and encouragement in this process. It takes a lot of work to organize a show, and many people have stepped in and offered to help or just have offered words of encouragement. In particular, Sophia, our GATSA president, has been amazing at helping out, as well as our faculty, Richard Carroll and Amy Backos, and also a lot of the GATSA members who have reached out have been really supportive. Um, Hopefully, you've seen the emails and Facebook posts about this year's theme, which is process. We've had a lot of different ideas for the theme this year, but this particular theme really came to light when we met our featured artist, Rosine Abigail Farber. She's an art therapist as well as a mixed media professional artist. She spoke to us, to Sophia and I, about her own process and how much it plays a role in her work, but also in her work as an art therapist. Definitely check out her website to get a really just great inspiration about working with process. Also, since sending out the forms and information about the show, I've had lots of questions, and so I wanted to answer some of those more in person, so hopefully I can better explain about the show, because these are questions that some of you guys also may be having. One of the questions is about the mixed media component of the show, and what that's about. Well, first of all, every year we pick a theme for the show to kind of help tie together the show as a whole, so that when we present it to the public, they are able to take in what we're trying to say and the message and the visual imagery as a whole concept. So mixed media was chosen so we could keep the other individual themes of that artist open enough, but also have some sort of element that tied everyone together. And mixed media itself is fairly open in the sense that it doesn't have to be a typical mixed media piece where you're using a whole bunch of different things like fabric and paper, which you certainly can, but it doesn't have to be that involved. It can be as simple as adding highlights to your work using a different medium, putting in a little bit of oil paint with the acrylic, or vice versa. It can be using something different, something original. The focus is really about the process and having all of these different mediums available and what you would create to make your process known. So we really just wanted to add in that aspect, and we thought it would be a fun way to kind of do something different and to kind of challenge ourselves as artists a bit. I've also suggested to some to take photographs of what inspired you to create the work. So if you have a painting that's all acrylic that you really like that way, that's fine. We definitely want to be open to everyone's different way of work. But if you can maybe take photographs of the things that inspired you to make that piece, or different textiles that really kind of involved with your work, you could include it in a way that would really tie in everyone's work together and show those different aspects. Another question that I've had from some people is it all right when they submit the artwork, the photograph and the registration form by the 1st if the piece is 80% done? I'm pretty flexible with that, actually. I understand that everyone's process is different, and that takes some people a while to develop their work, especially if you're creating a piece just for the show. 80% done is fine, as long as we have kind of an idea of the direction that you're going. The reason that we kind of wanted your pieces early is that we can try to get as many pieces in as possible, and we can start arranging them in a way that is really visually flowing for the art show itself. And we want to make sure that we have room for everyone's work. As I mentioned in the form, the space that we have is new. It's Twin Pines Manor House. It's a great kind of old house kind of feeling, which for atmosphere is cool, but we just don't have a lot of space for really large work. We're thinking day of the show, if we do have a lot of large work we can't hang on the wall, that we can actually have easels to put this work on, so that everyone can really take in that work. We just might not be able to show them the whole way through the show. That's why I was encouraging for people who wanted works to stay throughout the month of September to create some smaller pieces, like 11 by 14 or smaller. We actually have a lot of really cool nooks and crannies. And these pieces that we're asking to submit, I've had another question about kind of how polished they need to be, how complete. And really, since it's about process, it's really open to what you want to show as part of your process. If it's some scribble drawings that you did and you did a whole series and how those changed, and then you did them later in the year, what's the difference? And it's really open to what you want to make it into. We just really want to see your process using some different mediums and medias to show that, so we can tie it in with our featured artist works as well. So I'm really excited to see everyone's work and see the creativity and what everyone can bring to the show. If you have any questions, please email me at brittneyDray87@gmail.com, or you can also email the art show website, NDNU Art Show 2014@gmail.com, which is the email that you'll be sending your registration forms to. But yes, feel free to contact me and talk to me more about what we're thinking the show's vision might be. It can be a really raw look, it can be a polished look. It's about your own personal process. And just explore a medium that you've always wanted to try. I've seen gold leaf, I've seen latex paint, I've seen found objects added. So really just be open to what these mediums can offer you and offer the part of the process. And like I said, it doesn't have to be complete. It can be raw. It can be partially created. Show yourself in this, your process as an art therapist and as an artist. That's really what we're coming to celebrate, is that as art therapists, we can also be artists and show our work to the public. So I hope you guys have a great time. Like I said, feel free to ask any questions, and I look forward to seeing all of your work. Thanks.